Yes, guys, what's up? So, Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Manny Pacquiao. I'm very busy. I'm out and about. I've got a lot going on. Very important stuff right now. So, until May 11th, I'm very busy. I've said before. So I'm just doing these videos just like this to get my point across, because I have to. Obviously, no matter what's going on in my life, right? I have to get involved with this Mayweather Pacquiao hype, and I don't know if it's me in particular, but I'm getting a lot of calls. What do you think's gonna happen, Mayweather Pacquiao? Do you think Mayweather's gonna take it? Do you think Pacquiao's gonna take it? Who have you got your money on? Blah blah blah. And it's all anyone's talking about. I mean, from my friends who are girls to my friends who are guys to people, you know, my age, to people who are a bit older. Everybody is talking about Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Manny Pacquiao. It's crazy. It's really crazy how many people. Look, man, Mayweather Canelo doesn't compare. Mayweather Canelo is supposed to be the second biggest after this year. It didn't compare. Like, maybe numbers wise, I don't know what, yeah, but look, man, it doesn't compare on the global scale. I mean, the UK, this fight, Mayweather Pacquiao, is on a different level to Canelo Mayweather. Canelo Mayweather isn't shit compared to this. This is a different level. And Canelo's probably my favorite fighter. Like, he's a real ballsy fighter. He's one of my favorite fighters. I love Canelo. But this stuff, Mayweather versus Pacquiao, this fight is on a different level, and I'm just ranting on about that for the first minute and a half. But I wanted to talk about how do I see this fight going out, because I put a few comments on Twitter and people were like, yeah, really? So I'm just going to talk about how I see this fight playing out, a few different manners in which it could play out. I mean, I could sit here and say Mayweather will win in a dull fight and he'll win on points. Mayweather by late stoppage and blah. I'm going to tell you what I think, firstly, how I think the fight is going to go. I think if I had to pick, and obviously there's like about 10 different ways a fight could go, you know, like there's 10 different like ways in which a fight can play out on this magnitude, you know what I mean? But my opinion, how I think this fight is going to go is like this. And you know, it's a tough call because you've got so many different options there. Sometimes, you know, if I just pick a winner, Mayweather Pacquiao, you know, that's a bit easier. Like, I've gone for Pacquiao, but like when someone asks you how do you see the fight playing out, that's a difficult one. I think personally, right, that Freddie Roach and Manny Pacquiao, this is their game plan. I think their game plan is not to go out all out. I think that's plan B. I think plan A is for Pacquiao, because Mayweather, we know what he's going to do. Mayweather's going to wait for Pacquiao, his opponent, to do what he's going to do, and he's going to interact with that, right, and try and win the fight the way he knows how, to make the adjustment and try and win the fight in that manner. Now, so it all depends on what Manny Pacquiao's going to do, because Mayweather, we know what Mayweather's going to do. He's going to do what he's been doing for the last 40-odd fights, yeah? He's just going to try and make the adjustment, let Pacquiao do what he's going to do, figure out what he's doing, figure out what works for Mayweather, and he's going to try and take the fight late and win. I see this fight going like this. I see Manny Pacquiao coming out in the opening bell and not going all out. I see Manny Pacquiao being cautious, staying on the back foot a little bit, and then all of a sudden jumping in at angles, not lunging in straight forward, right, head on. He's going to jump in at angles, try and land the left hand, right, land a few combinations, right, sometimes go in the pocket for a few seconds, bam, 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 get his combinations off, his fast combinations, yeah. And when he lands his combinations, I don't think Mayweather's going to be wanting to throw in them close quarters. You know, I don't think Mayweather's going to want to throw in them close quarters. I think in them close quarters, when Manny throws, Floyd Mayweather, he tends to get gun shy a little bit. Hold on. He tends to get gun shy a little bit when he's in them close quarters. But what starts to happen is, as the fight goes on, is as an opponent starts to throw punches and stays in the pocket for too long, Mayweather will counter punch and get the better of that exchange on the inside. And Pacquiao's not a brilliant inside fighter. Pacquiao likes to throw straight punches down the pipe. He doesn't really like to throw too many hooks. He only likes to throw hooks on the outside as like a counter punch, or right hand. Sorry. Yeah, so I see this fight going like this. I see Pacquiao coming out early, dancing, right, moving. This is how I think this fight's going to go. I think he's going to move a lot. I think he's going to now and again jump in and out of the pocket. And I think that's what he should do. I don't think he should stay in the pocket for too long. I don't think he should be going out too all out as an aggressor. I don't think he should do that. I don't think that's the right game plan. People talk about Canelo tried that. Where the hell is Canelo? Where is Pacquiao? Do you have any idea about boxing, guys? Manny Pacquiao is an 8-weight division champion. He's faced the best of the best. He's beat Morales and Barrera. Do you know what I mean? He's beaten Marquez. Yeah, he lost to Marquez. He's beaten Timothy Bradley. He's beaten everyone. Oscar De La Hoya, Shane Mosley. Who the hell is Canelo? I mean, Canelo's one of my favorite fighters, but who the hell is Canelo beaten that... for you guys to say that Canelo tried that, so if Pacquiao tries it, Pacquiao won't be able to, you know what I mean, have any success. That's nonsense. Nonsense. And you know something else? Canelo actually did have success boxing Mayweather. It was just that he was slightly behind in them rounds. Mayweather won almost every round, but the rounds that Mayweather won, he didn't win very convincingly to me. I think Canelo still landed some jabs, and everyone, and I understand that in terms of points, Mayweather won by like a ridiculous margin on that points scorecard. I think like 10 rounds to Mayweather, 2 rounds to Canelo. Maybe even 11 rounds to Mayweather, 1 round to Canelo. He won by a landslide, but the rounds that he won, I think Canelo landed some okay shots. There was a few jabs that were going in, and Mayweather wasn't really that busy in the fight. But that's how Mayweather fights. He was just enough to win the round, and that's, you know what I mean. This is coming into this fight. He can't do that. He can't do that because Pacquiao is going to be busy. I think what Pacquiao needs to do is dance, move, pick his spots, and when he picks his spots, move on in the angle, move on, land a left hand, land a right to the body, and bam, 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 bam. Let his shots get off like them fast combination punches. Put his guard up and just move out. Just move out. There's no need to trade with Mayweather for too long. Just bam, 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 bam. He can, in about 3 seconds, where Mayweather will try to land like 1 punch, Pacquiao's can come in and throw about 5 or 6 combination punches, what Mayweather cannot match. He can't match that. Mayweather can't throw combination punches with the speed of Pacquiao. Mayweather has a fast one-hit shot, moves back, counter punches. Yeah, he's fast at that. But in terms of combination punching, his punches don't even compare to Pacquiao. For me, they don't even compare his combination punches. He's not a combination puncher, Floyd. He's a pot shotter. He's always done that. If you look at his past fights, you can see glimpses of combination punching, but in terms of like combinations like Pacquiao, them like fast 4, 5, 6 combination punches what have made Manny Pacquiao famous, he doesn't have that. So I see Pacquiao doing that, moving out, and as the fight maybe gets towards rounds 4 to 5, Mayweather maybe will make the adjustment towards this tactic, and he'll start to walk Pacquiao down and start getting the better of Pacquiao. At this point, I think Manny Pacquiao should change his game plan, go to plan B if the plan A isn't working no longer, and he has to make the adjustment, and Pacquiao has to go and be the aggressor. When Pacquiao becomes the aggressor and Mayweather is several points behind, Mayweather will win some rounds in this fight. Obviously, he's Floyd Money Mayweather, right? But you see what's going to happen, I think, is Mayweather's going to get behind on the scorecards, maybe three rounds behind early, right? And then what I see happening is Mayweather making the adjustment, but then at that point it's going to be up to Pacquiao to make the adjustment to go to plan B and become the aggressor. And if Pacquiao becomes the aggressor in the late rounds and his tank is going to be full, he's not going to be tired, it's going to be so interesting to see how Floyd Mayweather Jr. deals with the aggression of Manny Pacquiao when Manny Pacquiao is coming out throwing around about 100, 105, 110 punches. A crazy amount of punch output in a round, because this guy don't get tired. Pacquiao does not get tired. If he can keep up like 100 punches around about that, 90 to 100 punches, no matter how is Floyd supposed to... This is Manny Pacquiao. This is not... I forget, there was another fighter a very long time ago Mayweather faced who threw a lot of punches, more than Maidana threw, but he didn't have the success because he's not Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao throws straight punches, not hooks. There's the other thing, Mayweather throws hooks in his fight. So that's how I see the fight going. I see Pacquiao dancing and moving. I see Pacquiao in small bursts going in the pocket, throwing loads of combination punches. Mayweather struggling with the speed and the combinations, and perhaps Floyd Mayweather trying to go for a late knockout. And I see Manny Pacquiao just being the aggressor at that point, and perhaps landing a few that left hand down the pipe is gonna land at some point, and I think Mayweather might even drop in this fight. I think you're gonna see a dominant performance by Pacquiao. I think Mayweather maybe win some rounds in between, but I see a dominant performance for Pacquiao. Now that's the first case thing that could happen. The second thing is Pacquiao might come out right as the aggressor, but I don't see that happening. I don't see it happening. But maybe Manny Pacquiao comes out as the aggressor. If he comes out as the aggressor, he has to throw a hell of a lot of punches. What I said he's going to do in the second half of the fight, in my first prediction, right? What I'm saying, the first scenario, he might come out, instead of doing that in the second half, he might do it flipped. He might come out in the first half and be the aggressor, win some very early rounds, and this might happen as well, actually, come to think of it. Be the aggressor, win some early rounds simply on punch output, as the fight goes on, once he gets the lead, move back. Once he gets the lead in the fight, because Pacquiao has to get the first few rounds. If Mayweather wins the first three, man, forget about it, Pacquiao's lost. But if Pacquiao could win the first three, puts him up on the scorecards, because that means he only has to win 4 more rounds. Now, that might seem okay and easy, but against Floyd Mayweather, very difficult. But we're dealing with Manny Pacquiao, who is on that level. Remember, like in my last video, I talked about levels. Pacquiao is on the level what Canelo and these guys are not. Mayweather's on that level. Pacquiao's on that level. It can go either way. They both can box really well. Pacquiao's a very underrated boxer. Underrated as hell. A brilliant boxer. I mean, if you look at like Timothy Bradley, who was loading up on shots, and what Pacquiao did to him, shooting straight shots down the pipe using his footwork. I mean, if Mayweather like wants to try and land them hooks all night, good luck with that, man, because them 3-4 punches down the pipe, if one of them left hand lands on Mayweather's chin, I'll tell you now, Mayweather's gonna be dropping like a sack of potatoes. I think like Mayweather can take a shot, but I don't think he could take a Pacquiao shot. I think Pacquiao punches hard. But you know, on the flip side, right? On the flip side, I'm talking a lot of how I see the fight going, and I'm like saying Pacquiao, Pacquiao, Pacquiao. There's a chance that Floyd Mayweather loses a few rounds, 2-3 rounds early, and then makes the adjustment. At this point, if Pacquiao keeps being the aggressor, there's a strong chance that this could happen later on in the fight, second half of the fight to the middle of the first half, right? Towards the end of the first half and the second half of the fight, right? Mayweather just counter-punching Pacquiao using the straight right hand and the left hook, check hook. I don't see it. I think Freddie Roach knows that what Mayweather's tactics are: the check hook, the straight right hand, and we've seen Mayweather's cards all out on the table. We've seen what Mayweather can do. We've not really seen Manny Pacquiao carry out this sort of game plan where he's on the back foot. You know, in his entire illustrious career, we've seen it against Rios, Margarito, and a few others. But most of the time, Pacquiao's usually an aggressive fighter. I think the Mayweather camp will be expecting Pacquiao to come out blazing. But Mayweather's the adjustment fighter. He's clever in the ring. He will make the adjustment. But I just think of this, right? I think of this. Boxing is very base. No, it's very complex boxing. But in its basic form, the straight punches down the pipe will normally beat the punches coming in hooks. Like if Mayweather's going to hook, and Mayweather is going to hook, he's not going to throw many straight punches because he's not. He just won't. He doesn't. When was the last time you saw Mayweather throwing 3 or 4 straight punches like bam, bam, bam? You never see it. Mayweather throws combinations, uppercuts, hooks. I don't remember a time where he's thrown a right hand followed by a left hand and straight punch, like 3-4 punches straight down the pipe. Pacquiao does that, and I think that when Mayweather tries to land maybe that left hand or the right hand, I see Pacquiao's left hand landing, man, and I don't know what's gonna happen when Mayweather gets hit with that Manny Pacquiao overhand left. I mean, I know that's gonna hurt Mayweather. Will he do the dance? I think he'll dance. I think he'll do a little shaky thing, and he might even drop. And if Floyd Mayweather drops, he's lost the fight, because that's a 10-8 round. You cannot afford a 10-8 round in this fight. Anybody gets a 10-8 round, and if any one of these fighters drops, that fight is lost, because a 10-8 round is gonna be too difficult to come back from in this fight, because it's a competitive fight. Can Mayweather knock out Pacquiao? I think that's his chance. I don't think he wins on points. I think he can beat anyone else on points, but them fighters aren't points-winning fighters. Maidana is not a points-winning fighter. He's a knockout artist. Canelo Alvarez, you know, you could say he's a points-winning fighter, but I mean, he's an aggressive fighter. You know what I mean? All these guys, they're not really... They like to get stoppages inside the distance. Pacquiao can box. He can really box. And I don't think Mayweather's seen anything like this in a long time. I don't think he's seen anything like this in a long time, in terms of, I think he's faced boxers like Pacquiao before in Zab Judah. Different styles, but it's the closest thing I can think of. But has he faced a Manny Pacquiao? He's never faced a Manny Pacquiao. Has Pacquiao faced a Mayweather? No, but he's faced a lesser version of Marquez. You know what I mean? A Marquez is on that, he's almost on that level. He's not on the Mayweather level, but he's a level below, but he's still good as Marquez. So Pacquiao's seen it. He's been in wars. He's been up against the best as well. I think Pacquiao's got more experience than Mayweather, because he's fought more professional fights. I just see it all going for Pacquiao, man. Maybe Mayweather, but I think if Mayweather wins, for me, it has to be by a knockout, a flushed knockout. That can happen in boxing at any time. But if it goes to that 12, I don't think Mayweather's going to pull it out, surprisingly. I think Mayweather's an excellent boxer. brilliant points winning fighter, but just don't think it's going to work out like that on May 2nd. Comment section below, make sure you subscribe. Tell me how you guys see the fight going in a bit.